education here at All Star Tutor Sites and Sites Done Right. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I put on these calls every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And during this time, I pick one topic to go over that we've gotten a lot of emails about over the past week or so. And this week, we're going to talk about the Revolution slider. Now, that's the slider that is on the home page of all but one of our starting points. So if you've got a Pinnacle starting point, this isn't going to help you a ton. However, if you have any of our other starting points, this is information you'll definitely want to know. Once we go over the Revolution slider, I'll then open the floor to any questions, and we can move on from there. So to get started, we'll go ahead and do a quick screen share. And if you've been on these calls before, you know this tends to take just a minute. So give me just 1 second here. There we go. Okay. So Revolution slider is something that most editors should have access to by now. If for some reason you don't, just let our support team know. That's something we can get for you fairly quickly. So it looks like this, Revolution slider. Now, most people have one Revolution slider, and it's the homepage slider or home slider. If you have used several sliders on several different aspects of your site, you'll have more than one, and they'll be labeled appropriately. So first thing to know is settings. Please don't go in and mess with these too much, but you do want to see how this is set. It's set as a gallery, which means it's going to scroll. It is auto-responsive, which means that no matter what size screen you're viewing the website on, it will fit in the correct place. Now, the layer's grid size, all right? A layer is basically what a picture or a video is put on in the slider. So many folks have asked, you know, what's the best size for my sliders, et cetera, et cetera. This is the best size. It'll say it right here, the grid width and the grid height. I'm using a progress starting point, and progress starting point is almost always 1130 by 470. If it doesn't match exactly, you'll see how we deal with that in a moment. And so that's that. So we're going to go back to editing slides. Please don't click delete. And so this takes us to our slides. Now, for my homepage slide, I have one photo slide right now. That's it. So let's say I wanted to add a new one. Just click on new slide. Now, if it's a regular slide, it's going to pull up your images, say here, you know, you can pick a slide from here. So let's say I want this one to be my new slide. Now, you see that it's pretty small, right? So we're going to click insert, and it's going to set it up for me, okay? If I go in and edit the slide and scroll down, I'm going to see that they've stretched it for me pretty significantly, okay? Now, what we can do instead is if we click on this and we decide we don't want to do this anymore, we can click delete all layers. Yes, we want to delete all layers, and it's going to delete it for us, okay? The other option is you can come down here and you can click delete slide altogether. Now, if you've got a smaller image like that one, the other thing that you can do is you can create a transparent slide. What that means is that you can put things on top of it. All right, so if we go to edit slide, we can scroll down and we can either add a layer image or we can add a layer video. Let's start with an image, and let's start with a small-ish slide, okay? Not quite as small as the ones there. You saw how small those were. You know, 330 by 220 isn't going to look great, but this one might. Now, this is going to be fairly small too, but it should be okay. Now, what's interesting is now we can rearrange this. It's giving you an outline, okay? This is what it's going to look like. So you can slide it up to, butt up against it. You can push it up a little further. And so this is really what you're going to see, okay? We've got spaces on either side, so we can try to even that out. There we go, okay? So now let's say that we are going to update the slide. That's how we save it. Let's take a look at it on the actual slider. So I'm going to pull up my first one first. And then it's going to give me my second slide eventually. Okay, so then something else that we can do here is we can add a layer of text. Okay, now it pops the caption right up here. We can move it wherever we want. Okay, what we're going to do is we can now edit a style. So let's say we want this to say join our family. Okay. Okay, just a minute, join our family. Obviously, that's not going to be near big enough, so we're going to edit the style. Okay. So this is the font, this is the size. Let's go ahead and bump that up. All right. The line height, that gives us editing space above and below. So maybe we want the line height to be 36. We can make it bolder or less bold. Okay. We can give it an underline or a line through or none. We can make it italic. Now, background, it's saying it can be transparent, or we can give it a color. Maybe we want it to be pink. Okay. Now, do we want it to have a border? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. So now we're going to move down to the border, and let's say we want the border to be solid, and there's our border. Okay. We can also add padding, and this is going to be in pixels, so let's do 12, 12, 12, 12. Okay. That'll give us padding all around, and that's how that would work. We can also choose no border if we want to get rid of that again. There we go. We can change the line height again. It's a little more space. Okay. And we're going to save it. As if this is called the black style, maybe we can change this to pink background. Save as new. And that way this is always available for us. Now here's what Join Our Family looks like for this slide. Okay. We could move it right here, and then we are good to go. Update slide. Now I'm going to go back to our slide list. I'm going to delete this slide here so that we can actually see our new slide. Fresh. And it does not want to update for me. So that's fine. Typically it will update, and that's how it will work. Now the other thing that we can do with slides is we can add videos. Okay. So the way we do that is we can choose add slide. Okay. It's transparent. Okay. You can do an image background. You can do an extramural. You can also do a solid color. So what we could do if we wanted on our first slide so that it's not just a white screen, we could do a solid color and pick the color that we want it to be. So maybe we really want it to be this color blue. Or maybe more that color blue. Okay. So now you see how we can set up the backdrop. And if you want it to match your logo color, if you have a graphic designer who created your logo, they should be able to give you a hex code. Hex code is 6 numbers or letters that corresponds with a particular hue of color. So that's how that will work. So we're going to click update. That's how it works. Now again, let's say we want to add a video this time. So we're going to go back to slide, the new slide that we just created. We do want to keep it transparent, okay? But instead of adding a text layer or adding an image layer, we're going to add a video layer, okay? You can pull from YouTube Vimeo or HTML5, since many of us hopefully are using Jason's YouTube protocol. We have YouTube channels ready to go. Everything's all set, okay? So let's see. We're going to go back to home. And let's say I'm just going to go to also cheer sites real fast. There we go. And let's say that I want to put Jason's how to GSD video as my video. So I'm going to copy the ID here. Okay. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to search. Now, it's saying video not found because this is private specifically to our channel. Okay. If you have a video that is set to private, you will need to make it public. I'm not going to do that since this is Jason's video. I don't want to go into it. But once it's set to public, you'll be able to search, save it, and then you'll have the option to save the video. We also ran into something similar with one of our clients who was working with, she's in Canada, and she had some copyright issues with some of the music. So we in the States could not add it for her. So, you know, YouTube it can be a little funny about that, but that's how you would add a video. Just add layer, video, and you're good to go. All right. That is how you can update your slider, both with images, text, and with videos. Again, that slider is used on all of the starting points except Pinnacle, since Pinnacle uses a slider that goes back and forth and shows all the pictures at once. But if you're using the Revolution slider, that's how that works. So at this point, I'll open it up to any questions. I know I'm on a bit of a delay, so if there are any questions, I'll just wait just a moment. In the meantime, I'll just kind of chat with you. As a reminder, if you ever have any questions about any of your All-Star Cheer site systems, you can reach out to us directly through the support desk. It's support@allstarcheersites.com, and we're happy to help in any way we can, especially if you're seeing something on one of these videos that you want additional help on. Just reference the date and we'll be able to dive right in for you. Also, if this is your first time watching one of the videos, please do check out the YouTube channel at allstarcheersites.com. I've got a whole series of quick Q&A calls that I've done in the past. It's a great resource if you're looking to really take your All-Star Cheer sites to the next level. All right, it looks like there aren't any questions this time around, so we'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you'd like to see something discussed in the next quick Q&A with Claire, please do send me either a Facebook message or let the team know. We're always looking for ways to make sure that we're bringing you the content that you most need. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great Tuesday, and I look forward to spending time with you again next week. Take care.